Welcome to Old Folks Racing PS4. Welcome to Long Beach Street Circuit with the Zakspeed for Capri. And of course, we are at the off season. So this is a one-off return to commentary, as your commentator and your French commentator as well is taking a holiday. Pole position for this race, Darren Head, followed by Kev Allen, John Scott and Simon Allen on the second row as we await for the start of what is a pretty full field here at Long Beach with this car. And away we go here at Long Beach. And let's see who is going to make it first to turn number one as Kev Allen takes the lead for Darren Head. Darren Head got beaten off the line by championship winner Kev Allen, and in turn one we have carnage already. We have carnage with someone hitting someone, and I couldn't quite figure out who that someone was. But it seems that Diogo Silva was involved in it, because he's dropped right down the order to 16th place. I couldn't quite see who the other car was. It may have been Todd D'Antonio, because he dropped down the order as well. As we see, this car is very twitchy around the streets of Long Beach. Very twisty car, especially as you accelerate. It's one of those old style turbos that when it kicks in, it really kicks in. And these old folks are having all sorts of trouble to control this beast around the streets of Long Beach. And we are still on lap one. And look at this, look at Darren Head, almost headed for the barrier there. Nicely done from Kev Allen there at the hairpin, a bit of drifting with the line. This is the worst place here. Right after the hairpin, you are down to first gear and you just accelerate, and this thing just moves away from you, and that's what generating this very twisty and twitchy behavior. As we see Diogo Silva now trying to and someone has hit someone. That was Stuart Brand, I think, in front of him. That was Simon Allen and Scott Davely, who got together there at the hairpin, as Darren Head continues to battle with that Zakspeed for Capri. Of course, a very famous touring car of the 1980s. And as we see there on the thumbnail, we see an overtake, and that's basically someone. Oh, it was someone trying to overtake someone. And it was Simon Allen, I believe. No, it wasn't Simon Allen. Simon Allen now is hitting someone, and all sorts of action happening here. And we couldn't quite follow who that was. It's quite difficult to see such a small screen. So some learning point there for our video editor. But it's good to experiment. It's very good to experiment, because then, of course, when the real season comes, we'll have stabilized and evolved these format of videos, and of course the commentary as well, as we are already in lap 3, and Kev Allen continues to lead from Darren Head, and these two have really checked out from the rest of the field. And Frankie is already a few seconds behind this pair of drivers. Alonso Fonso is in 4th place. Of course, new driver, very exciting driver from Portugal, and great to see the Portuguese contingent growing, as Darren Head now is coming back at Kev Allen, and really look at that, almost looks as if he is on ice now towards the final corners of the circuit, and he has hit him. He has hit Kev Allen, and this is the problem with this car, because Kev probably was still accelerating smoothly and his turbo didn't kick in, and Darren's just kicked in. Unfortunately, it kicked in right at the back of Kev's car, as Scott Davely makes a move on slowing down Simon Allen. So I wonder what happened there. Diogo Silva already in 10th. As he recovers from that crash on the opening lap, actually on the first turn, where he got hit by someone. John Scott has dropped back from 3rd to 11th, so some ground to recover there, as we are now next to the fountain, and here comes Kev Allen really bumping Darren Head, and he wants to get through. He's saying, Darren, just get out of the way. As we see another crash, and that was Simon Allen and Scott Davely, I believe. Simon Allen and Scott Davely. Simon Allen has hit Scott Davely at the back, and now Scott comes back at him. Oh my God, this is and they just keep bumping one another. And that was not great to see. I'm not entirely sure that was Scott Davely, but it was definitely Simon Allen. I'm really struggling with the resolution here to follow who's who on the leaderboard, and especially on that small screen that we occasionally have on some side-by-side action. As up at the front, it's now Darren Head after that bump and run maneuver that has retaken the lead. Kev Allen is in second place, and really I can't really see the leaderboard at all. I'm sort of like guessing what's going on in the leaderboard. I can see that Frank is in third place, Alonso Fonso is in fourth. Stuart Brand doing a nice job, discreet but effective, in fifth. Then Diogo Silva is up to sixth, I believe, with John Scott. And here, Kev Allen now has lost it. Kev Allen has lost it, and this is really happening over and over again. People just go into the accelerator, into the throttle off the corner, and just completely lose it. And Kev Allen has lost it again. So now he has completely lost touch with Darren Head. I think this might have been actually it for Kev Allen, unless Darren makes a mistake of some sort. I think Kev is now a bit too far behind, but let's see how this battle is going to develop, because we still have quite a lot of laps to go. We have 14 laps here at Long Beach, and we are on lap 5. I was trying to follow the leaderboard. 6th place Diogo Silva, 7th is John Scott. Then 8th is another new driver, which it's Maz. I can't really figure out who that is. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get up to speed with all the new drivers that we have, and it's so great to see a full field here at Long Beach. It is not the most attractive combo. In fact, it's part of almost contest between the PS4 and the PC groups, where each group tried to find a difficult combo for the other group, and this is what the PC guys have come up with. And I think this is, as someone was saying actually after the race, this is too much car for the track that we have, and clearly it's really difficult to control this car around this sort of like tight circuit, where you basically make a mistake, you are in the barrier. Of course, we don't have damage turned on these weekends, but we will have damage, and we had damage in other off-season races. But I was saying, how cool it is to have some new drivers, and I really hope that all of these drivers are going to be regulars in the 2021 season when it kicks off. We definitely want to see a full lobby. Maybe in some cases we'll have to start a second lobby. But great to see the field growing, and Kev Allen is in the wall. Kev Allen is in the wall. Good use of the reset button there, and someone has spun as well, but it wasn't Darren Head. That was just someone being lapped, and that could be a number of drivers. But I believe Jumbo is in last at the moment. I believe he has disconnected actually, so that's a bit of a shame that he got disconnected from the race. Of course, completely outside of his control, and we hope that Jumbo is going to rejoin the lobby for the other races in the same evening, and of course be present in the next few rounds as well. Darren Head is completely in control of this race. He's in lap 7, which is more or less halfway through. There's the final hairpin. We've seen in real life some very nasty traffic jams on that hairpin. If you don't follow American endurance racing, you might want to check the last lap of the IMSA race a few years ago, when basically everyone, including the leading Corvettes, got stuck in a pile-up in that corner, and here comes, oh, Darren Head is off the road and gets hit by the back marker. Gets hit by the back marker and carried around by a back marker. He's no longer leading the race. Or was that Kev Allen? I don't know if that was Kev Allen. Someone hit Darren Head, and Darren lost the lead again. And I was saying just 1 or 2 laps ago that it was almost over, and well, it turns out that it wasn't over at all, because with this combo of car and track, it's not going to be over until the last corner of the last lap, because if you just make one mistake, you are in the wall, you're spinning, and you are off the track. And here is a nice battle with Scott Davely, who is in 10th place, Barry Evans, and now Scott also is being attacked by Simon Allen. So nice battle here, and Simon now at the hairpin, nicely done by Simon Allen there, and it was Barry Evans that got overtaken by Simon, and Scott also wants a piece of this action. But nice battle here with Todd Antonio leading this pack. Nice job by Todd. He's under attack now by Simon Allen, and Barry Evans is in 9th place. Oh, and Scott hits. Oh dear, Scott has hit Barry, and I believe Todd Antonio also has lost it. Oh dear, this is what happens. It's very difficult to brake with this car, and this was a very amusing incident where we had such a nice battle with this four-way battle for 9th place, or 8th place I should say, and Barry now hitting someone else that almost spinning as well, and I believe that was Frankie, who must have lost time because he was, I can't see, it's not Frankie in 3rd place. I was interpreting the leaderboard incorrectly. This is turning out to be quite a difficult commentary to do. I'm not even sure who's in 3rd place. It looked like an FRA, but I'm not really sure. Now this is Diogo number 2 with his race name Gaspin in 12th place. Now 12th place is Barry Evans, but again more action there at the back end of the top 10. Actually, not the back end of the top 10, but more the initial like 11th, 12th after the top 10, who of course will score points in the championship race because the point system has been changed. And here comes Diogo number 2 again hitting Barry Evans, and this is turning out to be quite a nasty battle. I think Barry might have hit the brakes a little bit too early there for that hairpin, and Diogo really couldn't stop on time. Nice battle though for 11th place, and this again shows for those of you who are watching Old Folks Racing for the first time. And here comes Diogo now on the inside, nicely done, and gets to 11th place, now going after Todd Antonio, who has dropped to 10th. Scott Davely is in 9th, no, Scott Davely is in 8th, I apologize. Barry Evans now has gone again around Diogo number 2, because of course Diogo number 1 is the original Diogo, who is currently in 6th place. Nice battle here with Barry really trying to recover the position again, but this battle is for 11th, and 10th is Todd Antonio, 9th is Scott Davely, 8th is Simon Allen, and 7th is Diogo Silva. So not 6th. I apologize. I'm really having a hard time reading the leaderboard. John Scott, he is in 6th place. Now he's in 5th because Stuart Brand, who was doing a great job in a top 5 position, has made a mistake there out of that corner. Again, the same type of mistake where and here it is again, and now he has spun. He has spun, and now Stuart is going to lose more time, and someone is in the wall here. Oh dear, that's Barry Evans and Diogo number 2 again. And Barry is going back to the race now. Here we follow Mazda 1888. That's another new driver, currently sitting in 13th place. Darren Head is of course oblivious to all this bumping and shoving, and of course you shouldn't forget we are in the off season, so if the racing standards seem a bit more relaxed, they actually are. We are not running for real points, real championships. So different drivers are trying different things, different combos. They're trying to improve their driving. Some of them will undoubtedly be more relaxed, and it is normal that we see a few more incidents. Nevertheless, the racing has been mostly quite clean. I think most of the incidents we've seen are just due to these, very difficult beasts to tame, which is this Zakspeed for Capri. Of course, Zakspeed, a very known German team that, after being quite successful in touring cars, actually had a short stint in Formula One between 1985 and 1989, if I'm not mistaken. And bizarrely, they also manufactured their own turbo engine for a while. So they were together with Ferrari, Renault, and Alfa Romeo, one of the few teams that actually manufactured both their chassis and their engine. Didn't work very well. They ended up it's pretty much as a back market team in the hell of pre-qualifying in 1989, when there were so many cars in Formula One, and they folded at the end of the year. But I believe they still continued doing touring cars for a while. I'm not entirely sure what they eventually where they eventually got to. Now, what we are watching here is Mazda 1888, whose real name I actually don't know, so another thing for me to find out. Nice battle with, I believe, Diogo number 2 for what is now 10th place, and Todd Antonio is not too far ahead in 9th. We are at the closing stages of this race, and Diogo Silva has had a problem because he is now shown in 13th place, and I believe he also has disconnected. So similar problems as Jambo has experienced, and that's a bit of a shame for Diogo again, because he was running quite a strong race, certainly in the top 10 after that incident in the first lap. But this is the battle now for the honor of being 10th, as Mazda 1888 is continuing to attack Diogo number 2, and eventually I will get all the names right when we start the real commentary in the real season, so don't worry. Of course, I know some of the drivers better, some of the drivers that have been around for longer, but when the season starts, these will all be done properly as Cavallen has run this race as well. Cavallen, of course, is your champion, the reigning champion at Old Fox Racing, and here he comes to take the checkered flag. I'm not sure if this lap or the next lap. Darren Head is going to... And Darren Head has hit a back marker out of the hairpin. What a bizarre incident. This has been quite an eventful race for Darren Head. He of course showed a lot of speed with this car, and generally speaking, Darren has been a little bit of a hero in these types of touring cars, and the race has effectively ended. Cavallo, Darren Head, Frankie in 3rd place, Alonso Fonso, excellent 4th, John Scott, excellent 5th, Stuart Brand, then in 7th was Simon Allen, Scott Davely, Todd Antonio, and Diogo number 2. Join us next week for more action in Old Fox Racing.